Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's almost 7 a.m. Price of Bitcoin currently at 88.59. Just some quick business work right here. Real quick, I wanted to show you all that today is the last day to purchase the membership for 97 per month before it changes to 125. So currently you're getting a better price if you sign up today. Any member who has signed up before today will not have to pay the 125 per month. You will be grandfathered in at the current rate. So make sure you guys do sign up. And for those of you who are not aware of what we have in our community, here's like a day-to-day schedule of how we put out content, okay? For crypto, you can see, every single morning, just like you have this analysis every few days, right? I do public analysis, at least 2 or 3 times a week. But for our Advantage members, it's every single morning, okay? It's video and written, okay? And in the afternoon, I have this feature right here for Discord Boost members right there, which is I can do live streams within Discord itself. So all you have to do is just click over here, and once you join, all right, you will then start seeing my live stream, okay? Aside from that, then I have a live Zoom session right in the evening time for our Asian and European members. And even if you're in America, you can choose to watch the Zoom session. And then of course, through the day, you guys know that I have content that I provide every single, few hours of whatever I'm seeing in the markets, as you can see right there, all through the day. Okay, so people know and understand what to look out for, where the content is, where exactly the price action and structure is, etc. Okay, so fact of the matter is, tons of content and information, even in the crypto side, and then in the equity side, every morning our residential equities analyst, Faisal, he writes a 9:30 a.m. Market open written analysis. Mid-afternoon, depending on the market conditions, he's going to start doing the same streams that I am in the Advantage side. And then 4:30 p.m. again, written analysis for our Advantage members. Additionally, there's features Monday through Friday. Again, Forex trade setups, private messaging, Q&A if you have any questions. Again, this is all for Advantage members only, which is currently 97 per month versus 125 before it goes up by the end of the day today. And then market analysis through the day, like I showed you, crypto trade setups, written updates, and then stock alerts and stock of the day. So first, let me show you guys, something where, most people will not be willing to show you losses and wins, right? So here's one of the trades that we were in yesterday, okay, which was cut for a loss, okay? All right, so yesterday what we did was price, I think, was getting rejected right at this key level of 88.75, and I took a short right around 88.25 or so, all right? And I was aiming for this particular target down here. Okay, now here's kind of what happened. Okay, play by play. So let me show you guys. All right, so we were in this area right here. Okay, this is where I took the short on the rejection down. Price actually did come down to a key level, which was this area right here. That's about the $8,800 support. But if you look at this previous resistance, right, this was support, another area that was formed as a base of a support. Okay, unfortunately, what happened was price came down here. Right, the candle looked like it was going to close down further below the support, but then quickly popped up and then created an inverted hammer, and then the candle after that pushed up really fast as well with a strong bullish candle right there. Okay, so in hindsight, right, I should have closed the trade right around these 3 candles right here. Anywhere where this candle closed up, this candle closed the way it did, or this candle started pushing up. Okay, now that's fine. The mistake was made, okay? But then once price reached back up here, instead of me holding on to the trade, here's kind of what we did. Okay, again, I'm giving you guys a peek of how the Advantage side works, all right? Once we realize that, okay, well, it looks like we've hit resistance once, twice. Now we're heading up to it a 3rd time. Remember, this resistance right here, right? It comes from this key marker right here, which was previous resistance, comes back over here as support right there. Okay, so this is all but knowing, exactly how to look at technical horizontal levels. If you don't understand that, you're kind of going to be screwed in this market anyway. Okay, so this is best that you first if and when you do join the community, you understand how we map out levels and the importance of these levels that we do map out. Okay, so in this particular instance, we were short, right, in this area right here. But then once the price came back towards this area a third time, we closed our short, though in small loss, but we closed it. Okay, and then what we did was we said, okay, well, we don't need to be in a short right here. We're hitting this a third time. We'll just flip long. I mean, there's a very high chance that this thing is now going to try to pop back up. Okay, and so now this is where we flip over. All right, this is where we go into the scalp trade. Okay, so this is where we entered. Or is it exactly? Maybe it's in this channel right here. So many channels. Okay, so there it is, right? So this is our, where is this? Sorry about that, folks. It's hard to find. It's hard to find your trade setups when you realize that you have so many channels. Okay, this is the trade out. Okay, so we were pushing up that 88.70 level, and that's where this was right here. Okay, this area right here. All right, and we actually took this trade aiming for a target of 89.78. You could see on this particular run, we did not hit that target. All right, and so when we came up to that level, okay, what we did was we simply said, okay, well, it looks like, price is moving up. Okay, yesterday, even though I had internet issues, I updated the members as much as I could. All right, and then all I did was simply, once price pushed up like this, I simply just moved my stop up to 8,900. So even though, it was an 8,900 or 88.70 to 8,900 stop right there, right, which was in profit, that was a $30 move that we got to catch. Now, the reason I'm telling you this story is because you're probably thinking like, oh, that's a piddly, $30 move, right? It's not it's not small when you understand the logic and the decision making behind it. Okay, the decision making is by far the most important part of trading, which is that understanding that we cut our loser short, flipped that from becoming a larger loser while price goes up here, right? And instead we actually went long, and we were able to recapture some of the losses from that short into a long position. Okay, now obviously price came down and went further overnight. Okay, that, obviously I wasn't up for that. This was late into the night, right? But that's what happened. Okay, but the reason I'm telling you that story is because this is the one thing that I think we do best in our community, which is understand when to cut your losers and when to get into the winning trades, instead of holding your bias and perpetually holding your trade into thinking and hoping that the market is going to save you. The market is not going to do shit for you. Okay, you need to understand that. The sooner you understand that, the faster you can cut down your losses. Okay, so anyway, with that being said, right, what we did was we pushed up overnight. Now, in the broader perspective, if you look at it this way, we actually pushed up past this descending trendline channel right there. We even used that same trendline channel as support, but then collapsed back down inside it. Okay, so this is actually a bearish sign. What we just did right here over the last several hours is a bearish sign. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly what you can expect, in the next several hours. Okay, so this is for now a failed breakout that collapsed back inside the channel. All right, so what you can do is look at now these previous levels that were key SR levels right here. Okay, but then also you can start mapping out new levels. All right, well, let's look at it this way. Okay, this was the key high, all right, before we smashed up through this resistance. Okay, this was the key support right here, probably right about there, before we broke down through it. Okay, so now you have two different levels to watch, 89.70 and 9,011. Okay, if we put in, let's just say this was the low, if we put in a higher low, chances are we're probably going to reach up towards that level. Now, I think there's probably going to be a lot of people trying to short this, but they're probably going to be wrong. Okay, there's a very high chance that they'll be wrong, but it's not definitive that they'll be wrong just yet. But if we put in a higher low, you can expect prices to hit this 89.70 level or 9,011. All right. Now, does that mean that once we hit those levels that we're going to break out? I don't really know, because for all I know, we could be creating basically, maybe a new trend line that is a bit more sharper like that. Okay. It's very possible. Bitcoin has a tendency to do a lot of fake outs, a lot of wicks to the downside like this, because again, it's a smaller market, and to push prices down like that, the liquidity is just not there for buyers of support or sellers of resistance. That's why you see big wicks in Bitcoin so often. Okay. So anyway, with that being said, that is how you can prepare for your next move. If there is a higher low right there that gets put in, you can look for 89.70 or 9,011. Okay. Now, alternatively, all right, you could look at this and say, you know what, I think because this collapse inside the descending trend line looked like a failed breakout, I'm just going to short Bitcoin. I'm going to place my stop just above this area and start riding this down to these levels. Okay, first level I'd aim for again is 8,800 right there. Next level I'd aim for is about $8,700. All right, I personally would not play that short trade. I'd actually want this thing to show me if it's going to put in a higher low. If it climbs up higher, even towards that 89.70 area, I would actually rather take a short up there, okay? But I would not want to take a short here, all right? Because it's too risky. You already had, such a big drop. You're having a consolidation period, right? Unless you get rejected right about here and you start breaking down something like this, that would be your short trade. Stop here, or maybe even a deeper stop up there, okay? But until then, I'm gonna sit out this market. Like I said, it's important to understand when to be in a trade, when to not be in a trade, when to cut your losers, and when to get into other winning trades, okay? These are the parts of trading and investing that'll help you become successful. It's not necessary that you have to find a winning trade every day. In fact, it's necessary that you need to just be able to keep your capital in your pocket, okay? That's literally the first biggest rule of trading, is that understanding how to actually keep your money. If you can't do that, you're never going to be able to grow your money, right? As I say, rule number 1 is capital preservation. Rule number 2 is to grow your capital. You cannot get to rule number 2 unless you get through rule number 1. Okay, and so showing you guys, my winners and losers is to help you understand, what kind of trades we take in the community, what kind of positions we have, how often we trade, how we size down our losers or cut our losers, get into winning trades, take profit off, and etc. Let's move over to the Forex markets real quick, because this was an area which I thought was quite interesting, because we actually smashed through my target profit right here. But the funny thing is, unfortunately, I actually closed right there because I thought that this key area right here was a bit too wide, and I may have had too much of a precision marker on my first target profit right there. But nonetheless, we took profit, right around this area, and this is our Forex trade right there. All right, let me show y'all. Okay, so here's basically when we entered the short. Stop was at this X up here, so 109.55, and my target profit, as you can see, was that marker. And there's my proof of entering my short trade, and then here's my proof of closing the short trade. Okay, so we caught about 37, 38 pips right there. Now, for a lot of you who don't understand Forex, it's a very highly leveraged environment, and 37 pips is like, in Bitcoin terms, that's like a $150, $200 move, technically, okay? Because remember, Forex markets are big. These are literal currencies paired against one another. Sometimes, that kind of movement, like 0.3% or 1%, sometimes takes weeks or months to move. The reason we're getting so good at, taking these trades in the Forex market and having quick target profits in these areas is because lately, the market has been very volatile, right? As you can see, look at how volatile it's been since March, which is, basically the COVID crisis, right? Before that, it was usually kind of like very tight action, in any given day, kind of like this, as you can see, okay? What we're seeing over the last several weeks is big volatility, and volatility like this is something that we as traders, in fact, really love. okay? So fact of the matter is, I'm loving this volatility. And, again, this was just one trade that I wanted to show y'all, but nonetheless, we hit it in profit, right? I missed out on taking the extra profit, so I cut somewhere around there. I could have taken profit even further down, but technically, my first target profit was just below. So I missed out on extra, 0.1%, right? If I had held down further, right, I would have made another 0.6%. So these are the things that you shouldn't, pay attention to when it comes to, okay, well, price actually blasted up through my levels I was looking for, or blasted down through my levels I was looking for, because it's very crippling to sort of look at your positions and think that I could have done this, I should have done this. It's gone, okay? And the reason I'm telling you guys this is because, sometimes I'm also human. I myself will fall into those traps of, hey, what if I did this? What if I held on to it a little bit longer, okay? But again, the difference between, the more established veteran traders is that they might think of that, but then they quickly move on from it. They say, all right, screw it, next one. Okay, so I want you guys to establish that mindset, understand that, there's always going to be another trade. The market is always going to be moving. And the great thing about Bitcoin is it's a 24/7 market. Like you're going to have so many different opportunities, so many times through the day, the week, the month. All you really have to do is, save your capital, preserve your capital, and, hopefully you can become a more successful trader. All right. So anyway, folks, with that being said, you guys know what to look out for. I hope you do come join our community. You can see right here, we provide Forex updates, oil updates from Facile every single day, as you can see, equities updates from Facile as well. And yesterday, he actually had a couple of stock alerts. So I'll show you guys that real quick. He put out XLNX, which is the semi-chip maker, ETF, I think. And this one right here, Applied Materials, again, another one. So every single day he puts out alerts like this to show you guys exactly how he's looking at the market, how he's positioning himself. And I think it's a really fantastic level of content. And then of course you have the stock market chat channel where you can discuss stock market, you can discuss, pretty much anything associated with the equity side. And then finally, like I said, you can go check out our weekly schedule on a day-to-day basis. You can expect this kind of content around these times. Again, all this is Central Standard Time. So shoot, I should have wrote that actually. But I think a lot of my community members know that, this is all Central Standard Time as per the United States. So, this is all the information that you get with the 97 per month. So I hope you guys come join before the prices go up to 125 today. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. We do free content every single day, folks. I hope you guys appreciate it. I hope you guys share the content. I hope you guys come join the Advantage side. But even if you don't want to join the Advantage side, it helps tremendously when you leave us a comment thanking myself for Facile, thanking our community, or even just giving us a thumbs up. That brings up our videos and ratings up higher in the YouTube algorithm. Okay, so I hope you have a fantastic day. Pay attention to the levels I laid out. There will be a written analysis on Medium as well as TradingView. So if you haven't, you can probably go pay attention to those, all right, more carefully. All right, well, that's it, folks. Y'all take care and come join Advantage membership, all right? You can go to the Cryptosomniac website, hit the products page right there, and join Advantage membership. Okay, cryptosomniac.com, products page, and membership. All right, cheers.